he's got a Panthers touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Set, ready, 8, read. 54, right, 54.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Exit. Gun. Hey, check. Wait. Check back 47. Hey, let's get them home. 20. Check. Hey. Check.
To throw is Newton. Steps away to his left. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get them behind the line twice in a row.
3rd down and 12.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Right there.
From the gun, here's Newton. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton now with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And he's going to go down again. Brian Burns, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Well, he had the big run to get down there, so you got to let him finish it off, don't you?
I think so, but what I liked even more, the fact that he wanted to finish it off. How many times have we seen a guy break off a big run, and we see that universal sign where he's tapping his helmet to get me out of the game? No! Stay out on the field and enjoy the benefits of the success you created.
And he hits pay dirt because of it. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not?
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Elliott Good with a PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Pryor has it complete. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
One of the selling points of the in route is against the quarterback, a really nice sight line to his receiver, and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he stopped immediately there. Making the tackle there, Corn Elder. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Eric Reed, the former LSU Tiger, making the play on the defensive side.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Back at the 22-yard line.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
34's the Mike. 34's the Mike. He's coming. Check him. Check him.
Out of the gun, Newton. Forced out to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
At the 33-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Tannehill. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
At the 45-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
59. I'm here all day. I'm here.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking to get it to Phillip Lindsay there, and it's 3rd down.
And 6 yards to go.
Ready? 10 Lobo. Mike 54. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Shoot.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsay. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. On 1st down, it's Tannehill. And he'll find Sutton on the right side complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby.
From the 39, Tannehill. Wide open receiver complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. From the 21 and 2nd and 10. Tannehill now to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsay. Oh, now Lindsey lost the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, this is McCaffrey. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Bound to lose one. Hey, check Mike 34. Mike 34. I got you, punk.
They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Mike 34. Here we go, here we go.
Newton on third down. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
First and goal at the 6-yard.
3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. This is McCaffrey. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go.
Again, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And we're back now in Charlotte. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This
But
one of our
she's
guys.
singing too.
Oh, she's at
She's
least
on like the 5th tune at
yeah,
this point.
she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Tannehill now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. That's caught over the middle by Fant. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Tannehill. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, me and you all day. I'll get it.
3rd and long. It's Tannehill. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Set. 20. Ready. Back.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. He's got his man on the crossing route. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half.
They're on 36-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now Tannehill. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first.
A gain of a yard. It's now 4th down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Set. Ready. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go, D.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Newton on the keeper.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Hey. We got 3. 3 down. Watch one.
And they take a knee.
Newton on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina.